Hey everyone, I would love to share with you a trade I made today on my journey to 100K, where I try to take $1,000 to $100,000 as fast as possible via day trading. I'm fairly new to day trading, so this is just kind of documenting my story, my journey, and sharing wins, losses, and everything I've learned along the way. And I'm very grateful to have you here to be a part of it. So let's talk about the market today. I was looking at a couple of different stocks this morning. First thing when I got up this morning at about 2:30, and with this one here was EKSO. I want to show you guys something here that's interesting about kind of day trading in general. And is it right here? Yeah. So on this side over here, on this chart over here, you can see all the stocks. This is right now on the market. So I think it's 9 o'clock in the morning. This is showing you how like all these stocks are up 20% today. There's like one that's 2,000% and 1,400% and 800% and 40% and 20%. Like there's a lot of opportunity in the marketplace every single day to make money. It's rather interesting. I mean, there's plenty of stocks up today that are over 20%. It's wild to see. There is opportunity out there. But I just wanted to show you guys like what this scanner over here this is it's called a DTS gap scanner, and I got it from a guy. It doesn't really matter where I got it. I'll share that with you guys later. But this section kind of helps me determine what stocks are above 20% on the day, and then I have some other work I have to do. But this morning I marked off this stock. I had my eyes on it. And I marked off these blue lines. This blue line on the bottom is marking off the low right here yesterday afternoon. When it got some news, this is where it started at $5.64. And then it rose up swiftly to $10.35. So I marked those two off. And then this morning at, what time was it? I want to say it was right here. Right in here. We'll just zoom in here. This is at about 2:30. I just sat down on my computer and I noticed that this thing had risen, and so it went from, I don't know, we'll call it, I think it was went up $1 right here, and it's right before when I get a chance to actually trade it via Thinkorswim, where I can only start on most stocks at 3 in the morning. I'm sorry, 4 in the morning, and so. Usually what happens here is that happens, and then there's a lot of times there's a sell-off at 4 o'clock, and so I sometimes I don't even have my eyes on these stocks if they've rose swiftly in the minutes leading up to when I can actually trade it. But this one rose up, and then it oops, oh, no want to buy. Wow. Ooh, did that show anything I don't want anyone to see? Let's see if it shows my account information in here at all. No, it doesn't. Great. Then it comes down in here and then rises back up to a high of $8.88. So I marked this high off and I'm like, okay, if this can go up beyond the high, then I could be a buyer. And 4 o'clock hits, which is kind of this 4 o'clock down here, and I see the stock go from, it just rips up a little bit right here, and then it just tapers off. Now, here's the thing. I could have been a buyer right here in this section at 4 o'clock. It started off at 8:05 a.m. and then rises up to right here. And there's a couple pullback opportunities. Now, here's these wicks. So like this wick right here, and this wick, and this wick, and this wick. All these wicks. For me, they're like look at this red bar right here. It has no wicks, right? So, it's a stable bar. That's how I think about it in my head. So these are. Depending on where the wick is, if it's on the top side of a candle, sometimes it could mean that the stock's going to kind of stay stable or drop a little bit. If the wick is on the bottom side, like for example right here, this is called a hammer, usually means that the stock, not usually, but it could mean that there's some strength and it might go up. And then there's some that are more in the middle, like indecisions, like this one right here, actually, this white one. It's a doji candle. And that's a lot of indecision, and see the bars right here. So it's like there's this, I think it means the same amount of buy and sell volume. I think that's what it means. But anyway, I just didn't feel comfortable with all these wicks up here to make a trade. But with that, there's some missed opportunity. This stock here, I could have got in right here, and I could have got in right here, and technically I could have got in right here on all three of those pullbacks, and each one of those would have been a 10-cent profit. But to be honest with you, I was looking for something after yesterday. I was looking for something that could go up more, and I'd marked off these stocks and really wanted them to go beyond. Really wanted this to go beyond $8. Now, it did not do that in pre-market. Now, it has done it now. My buying power is already over, so I can't really trade it now. But just to show you how meaningful these, when you understand like your own, like I've built my own system for support and resistance, and I was waiting for this to get over $8 here, and I even tested this. As you can see, there's actually a purchase here, not a purchase. I did a test purchase right here when it was right around that $8 mark, and then eventually it breaks the $8 right here and runs up here and flattens, and then runs up here over the high of 1035. Now that it's reached that high, it dips down, goes over the high again right here, and you can just tell there's plenty of buying opportunity here, all the way by here, dip here, by there, dip here, by all the way up here. I mean, it's once it got over the high, the sky is kind of, once it got over the $8 mark or $9 mark, the sky is kind of the limits, and now it's starting to kind of taper off a little bit. But anyway, I mainly trade in pre-market, so I didn't trade this stock, but I wanted to show you that there was some missed opportunity on the stock for me. I could have taken 10 cents right there. The other stock that I had my eye on today was DRMA, which is up. What is it up right now? It's up 23% right now, actually, and this is another one that I had marked off. So. This actually had some news this morning at 5:30 in the morning, right down in here, about was it a patent? It was a patent, yep. And it shot from 191 all the way up to 287, and this was truly a missed opportunity for me. I was watching it. The issue that I had with this stock is that there was a lot of sellers on the ask. So what does that mean? Let me go over to the chart that is now flexible grid. And this section right here kind of tells me how many sellers there are. And these numbers were in the tens of thousands. So buyers would have to buy all that up in order for, not all of it, but they'd have to definitely buy a lot of it up to move the stock higher. So I just did not feel comfortable trading it because there was so many buyers on the ask. I couldn't do it. So, but there was a missed opportunity here for sure. I mean, it rose from that price all the way up to looks like 287 up here, with multiple opportunities to get in. I mean, there wasn't a red candle pullback opportunity right here, but until the kind of a lot of people in my Discord, and I think kind of Ross, the guy that I follow on YouTube who does a lot of trading, they all bought in here on this pullback. So this rises up here, and you wait for this little kind of dip down right here, and then you're waiting for a candle, which was this candle right here, to move above this line right there on this candle. And that was at, like, I don't know, it looks like the price was probably like $255. And then it rises up to this candle high right here is 282. So you could have got in at 255 easily. Right here is 268. The next candle is 276, and the next candle is 281. There's plenty of opportunities on this one to make money, but I just did not feel comfortable. And again, I had marked this high because I wanted to see the stock go past that and move higher than, I was trying to make more than 10 or 15 cents a share today. So I didn't take that trade, and that is a missed opportunity. So by like 4:30 in the morning, I'm thinking to myself, I've missed some pretty good opportunities here, and I'm just going to be really patient and wait for something that I feel like is a Class A trade, something top tier that I'm confident I'm going to be green on and feel safe trading. I did feel like I was being a little timid, really just from yesterday's emotions too. There was like 25 or 30% less volume today in the marketplace because it's the holidays, and it creates a very volatile environment. And boy, you can lose money really fast. So another trade I went on today was CREX, I think it is. Was this it? No, that wasn't it. Let's take a look. It's probably up here actually. CETX right here was another one I was looking at. CETX. Let me fix the camera right there. And what happened on this one? Oh yeah, this was crazy. So this is another one where it had gotten an alert. This was yesterday that it got. So this would have been a continuation trade. And so yesterday's high was here at $3. So it didn't have any new news this morning that I remember. Let me look. No, it was just talking about why it was trading high from yesterday. And so I marked off this high. I was seeing that it was getting I was getting alerts on my scanner, and I'm like, well, I'll play with it if it gets above this $3 mark, because again, I'm looking for a slightly bigger move. And at 4 o'clock hits this morning, and right at 4 o'clock it starts to move. But again, and we're right in this zone right over here, and it went from, what is this? This is let's see, this is 261 to 285. I mean, it's 20-cent move, and all of these all the way down the line are all kind of 20-cent moves. All these little moves we see here, that's a 20-cent move, and that's like a 20-cent move, and they were all kind of 20-cent moves. And again, I was just like, unless it can threaten this high of 308, which it did after the market opened right here, I wanted more today. And I think that might have just been a little bit greedy, because there was multiple, again, this morning, this was at 4 o'clock. I had ample opportunity, and they had another one here at 520 with a lot of volume, and this went from 280 to, this went up 20 cents. I don't know. There was a lot of opportunities. So finally, the one that I traded hit my scanner today, and this was AMIX. And here is where this one, it wasn't a continuation trade, so I wasn't marking off any highs or anything like that. And let's roll over here. I want to see if this will be a little bit easier for people to see. So, yeah, there was no news. There was news yesterday. So this was a continuation. I think it was news yesterday. Was that right? I'm trying to remember. Why it's trading higher. Oh, it did say like why it's trading higher in pre-market, and then after the company announced it signed an agreement for take private sale. So there was a little bit of news here. Nothing crazy, but it's a penny stock, and started to get hot on the scanner. And so once the news hits, it starts to rise right here, and it does this little pullback right down in here. And then at that point, I'm waiting for my moment to enter. And look at the volume. So we've got a green bar here, a green bar here, a green bar here. Some really, really wonderful kind of volume here. And these white arrows here equal 1 million shares of volume. That's a lot of volume in 1 minute. And so I'm actually waiting for a little bit of a pullback on this candle, right? I don't really like this in the center, so I'm gonna, I just like to work in the middle. I don't like it off to the right like that. And so we'll kind of zoom this in here. Yeah, I bought in on this candle right here. I was waiting for a pullback within the candle. And so on my 10-second chart, I was noticing that 76 would be the next pullback. It dropped down to like 74 cents. And so once this candle hit 76 cents, which was like right in this range right here, I was a buyer. So I kind of bought in this range. It shoots up, and actually I took 1,000 off the table at 79 cents. This was a hard trade for me to take on here. And then I was like, I'm going to leave 200 here to see if it goes a little bit higher. It doesn't go higher. It drops down. I've got a trailing stop loss, and I noticed that it hits set my trailing stop loss to 78 cents. As you can see, something weird happened here. Like we have red here, and we have red here, and we have red here, red here. So I noticed that it's at 78 cents the last 200 shares, and I try to sell it, and I accidentally buy. So I buy at 79 cents, and it tanks. So it takes me a second to realize it. I sell. So now I'm selling 400 shares into weakness, 75 cents. I lost money on the 200 that I bought at 79 cents and the original 200 I was holding when I would have made 2 cents, 3 cents a share on it. Anyway, it was not great. I have a clip on what my reaction was, and maybe I'll put that as a YouTube short. And then I use a little bit more buying power here to do a quick little scalp in this area just to kind of make up a couple of dollars. But yeah, what ended up happening was, this was my old sheet. My kids wrote on this too, so you can't really, I'll move the full screen. I changed my bindings, and for my buddies that I game with, they're going to laugh at this, but see how it says sell on the ask is 1 and buy on the ask is Q? Those are Alt 1 and Alt Q. Well, I've been testing a new system where I use buy on the ask is Alt 1 and sell on the bid is Alt 2, trying to get in and out quicker. Well, muscle memory, I've made hundreds of trades now, probably 500 plus trades, little micro trades, like getting my brain to learn the muscle memory to learn these things. And my muscle memory was just kicking in, and I thought I was buying. I thought I was selling. I thought I was buying when I was actually selling. I thought I was selling when I was actually buying. And there was a few instances like that throughout this process. And I want to show you what happened as a result of that mental error. As I pulled this stock over so you can see what the profit was. Flexible grid. Oh yeah. Flexible grid. Why isn't it showing? Oh, wrong stock. Okay. So right here, we've got this profit here of 37.09. Now, one sec. Right here, 37.09. Now, I am very happy at 37.09 to be green, but I was very ambitious today, and I was trying to be patient and really focus. And I was pretty focused, and my muscle memory just creeped in, and I made the wrong moves based on that. Now I'm going to change my macros, my bindings back to what they were, because that was rather frustrating today. And I looked at the video, and I took a screenshot of what my profit would have been had I not had that error. And here we are, right here, at $80. That's a little disheartening. So today I was up $80 on that stock had I just got out with all of the shares, instead of trying to move some shares out and then hold some, and I ended up actually buying some later. Like, we had a chance here to make $80, and I should have just got out at that moment. That would have been my biggest day on this account since it started. I think the biggest one is $50, and we had a chance today to make $80 in a matter of minutes. So anyway, that's what happened with the stock today. A couple of lessons learned. So here we are, a new little grid we've created to show where we are on this path, on this journey together. And started out with $1,000. We're currently up $153 on the account. It's got our goal in there. We've taken some trades, and we're at an 83% win rate, which is great. When you're taking these 10-cent base hits, your win rates can get a little bit higher. And so that's a tad inflated, but I'm still very, very proud of an 83% win rate and a profit of $153. But man, I would have loved to have had, that extra $50 today and made that. We'd be over, we'd be at $1,200 now. I'm also going to add some money to this, which I talked about, to what I talked with you guys in the very beginning, is like, this isn't a traditional challenge in that I'm not just sticking with the $1,000 that's in there. My goal is to get this to $100,000 as fast as possible. So any money like from fantasy football championships or a little extra money on the side or a birthday money or whatever is going to go in this account. And I think what I will do is I will notate that in here somewhere so you guys can see that. Like, I don't want to come across like I'm making more money than I am. So I'll add a section in here for money added, and there'll be some kind of way that just kind of works out in the in this thing. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This one went a little bit long. I'm still learning some of the new tools to be able to make the notes on the screen. Got a few macros to change so I don't lose more money, and a few. We're learning a lot. We're going a lot, and man, I'm just having a blast doing this, and I hope you are enjoying at least a little bit of these videos and taking this journey along with me. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week.